Hello friends and welcome back. It's Cheyenne and it's kind of been a minute. Just between final exams and kind of taking some time off to decompress after the semester, I haven't exactly been churning out content, but I am back today and I am very excited about what we'll be making. Today we're going to be making Gordon Ramsay's soft scramble and bacon jam toast. I saw this recipe on TikTok and as soon as I saw it I just knew that I had to give it a try. You guys know that I love my breakfast toast as per my last video, so yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so starting off over at the stovetop, I've got this large saucepan and I'm going to go ahead and add in about a tablespoon of butter. Just let that melt down. And then I also went ahead and just added in about a tablespoon of olive oil. Now I'm going to take 3 pieces of sourdough bread and just let them toast up in here. Can I get them all? No! Okay, we'll let the last one hang out for a second. Alright, I've added just a bit more butter and olive oil to the pan. I'm going to go ahead and give these a flip. Alright, now that my bread is done, I went ahead and just wiped out this pan, and now I'm going to go ahead and add in my bacon. So this is a full 1 pound package of bacon, and I've got this going over medium-high heat, and we're just going to let this cook down until it gets nice and crispy. Alright, bacon is looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this and then reserve about 1 tablespoon of the bacon fat. So I've got my bacon grease in the pan and I've turned my stove down to medium-low, so now I'm going to go ahead and add in my onions and my shallots. And this was about 1 whole yellow onion as well as 3 shallots. So now we're just going to go ahead and let this cook down and get nice and caramelized and delicious. Alright, this is looking nice and caramelized, so I'm going to go ahead and add back in the bacon. As well as half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of maple syrup, half a cup of coffee, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and then half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this back up to medium-high heat and let it come to a boil for about a minute. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down so that it comes to a simmer, and we are just going to go ahead and let this cook, stirring every now and then for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours until it's nice and jammy. Alright, so here is what we're working with. It's looking pretty good. Most of the liquid has cooked out. It's pretty thick. I'll probably let this cook down a little bit more, but honestly, it did not take as long as I expected. Maybe like 30 minutes max as opposed to what the recipe said, which was like 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So yeah, let this cook down a little bit more, and in the meantime, I am going to get started on the eggs. And then I'm also going to go ahead and throw in 1 tablespoon of butter. Then I'm going to move this over onto high heat. Alright, so I've got this over on high heat and I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up with a rubber spatula. I've been stirring for about 30 seconds now, and I'm going to go ahead and just take it off the heat. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and lift it up and then continue stirring for about 10 seconds. And then we're going to put it back down onto the heat and stir for another 30 seconds. And then we are just going to go ahead and switch between those two until they are cooked to my liking. Then for seasoning purposes, I am just going to do some salt and some pepper. Alright, so let's go ahead and start plating. So I've got my piece of toast here, and I'm going to go ahead and put some of that jam on. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and put some of those scrambled eggs on. And then finally, just for a little bit of garnish, let's go ahead and put on some chives. Alright, there she is. There's the final product. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Alright friends, it is time for the taste test, so let's go ahead and give this a try. Cheers. I honestly don't even know where to start. That was absolutely delicious. I'm not surprised that it was because it's Gordon Ramsay, obviously, you know, but that is so good. The few times I've had bacon jam, I've only thought that was like, okay, you know, nothing to write home about, but this is amazing. It is like fairly sweet just because there's brown sugar and maple syrup and all of that, but it still tastes very well balanced, and the buttery sourdough toast and the savory eggs really complement it so well. It's just so, I cannot say enough good things. I am so happy that I decided to give this a try. I'm not gonna lie, I did not read the instructions thoroughly the first time when I was deciding to make this, and so when I got started today I was like, okay, this shouldn't take too long, and then it was like, oh, it's gonna take like an hour and a half to 2 hours for the bacon jam to like reduce, and I was like, ooh. So I was a little caught off guard by that, but obviously that's my own fault for not reading correctly. But like I said earlier, it did not take that long to cook down. It only took like about 30 minutes, maybe 45 max. So yeah, maybe I was cooking it too high, but I don't know. It's delicious. I highly recommend that you give this a try. Like I said, it probably won't take as long as the instructions say that it will, and I will have the webpage linked below. Gordon Ramsay has the full recipe written down on his website, so I will go ahead and link that down below for you so that you can go ahead and give this a try as well. Please let me know if you do give this a taste. I think that it is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to finish this piece of toast. Hello, this is Editing Cheyenne coming in real quick to give you an update. After taking a few more bites of the toast, I did decide that it is incredibly rich. My first bite was so good, but then like the more I ate it, I was like, this is kind of a lot. So if you're someone who doesn't really like super rich things, then either just use like a minimal amount of jam or use more eggs, kind of, you know, change it to your liking. But yeah, just to throw that out there, I still think it tastes absolutely delicious, but I definitely would not be able to eat more than one slice of toast with that jam on it just because it is so incredibly rich. Again, still delicious, still definitely recommend that you give this recipe a try, but I did just want to throw that out there so that nobody's surprised when they go and make this recipe. But yeah, back to the video. And it makes so much bacon jam that I'll definitely be making this for a couple more breakfasts in the future. So yeah, that is all I have to say about the matter. Leave a comment down below if you do decide to give this a try. And yeah, I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!